morning, AM chatter. Today is Tuesday, April 18th, episode 25. Anthony and Tom, welcome back to Sweater Day.
Welcome Good morning, back. Man. Cold.
Hi, Belly. Cold. Sweater Day was here. Sweater Day left us, and Sweater Day is back.
I wasn't ready, man. I had to throw it back on, though. I like Sweater Day.
I know.
I like Sweater Day as well. You like my hat? I got it from the one and the only Masters Ryan.
Love that hat. Beautiful hat. All right, guys. Good morning. Happy start to Coachella, if you're a music fan out there. Big music festival going over in the desert. I see they got fined, I think, first night or whatever.
For what?
They went over curfew. Yeah. $117,000 fine they got down there in the desert. But I hear that's a wild place. Looks like a good time. Not that big of a music fan myself.
I think I always see the Burning Man. I think that's actually movies. But like I always thought that'd be a cool thing to do as well. Maybe we should go on tour next year.
You know, I got the RV. If Anthony can get the okay from the missus, I think we'd be okay.
I don't think it would be a bad time.
I think it'd be a good trip.
I hope it doesn't end up like that guy in the Bahamas. What's his name? Not SBF, but the other dude that ruined the show.
Firefest?
Firefest. Put up some tents. I heard they're trying to Firefest 2.
I'm pretty sure he said that Firefest 2 is a go.
Hopefully they can hold it.
Will you advertise if he asks you? I know you're a big influencer.
No, not for that guy. He should be in prison.
Yes, he could. Also, the start of NBA and NHL playoffs. So happy sports time. Grow your beards out if you need to, for sure. Tom, you got anyone specifically in the NHL, NFL playoffs?
Not Boston.
Okay, there you go. Anthony?
I do not, actually, unfortunately.
I already knew that answer. I just figured I'd ask anyhow.
What about you, right?
Me, I'm no Boston. I'm perfect on that. As long as Boston doesn't win, I'm happy. So.
Yep, no Boston either sport. We're good.
Yep, perfect. And I believe yesterday was Marathon Day, so it's always a big day in Boston. I know the Red Sox play early, 10:30 start, and everyone remembers the bombing, of course, of that marathon. So that's a big day in the U.S. that went through. It looked rainy and cold. I would not have enjoyed running. How many miles is that? 24, 26?
26.2.
Yeah, no thanks. That's not for me.
That's a far way.
You could probably do the 0.2.
Nah, I don't know. I walked about 10 miles around Augusta, and you can ask my buddy Mike. I almost didn't make it out alive. So.
And how long did that take you? About 12 hours?
Yeah, and that was just a walk. All right, guys, get into the mortgage talk. Big thing on topic today, appraisal contingencies. So I've had a lot of talk about it. I actually got a call yesterday on it. I know they are brought up a lot from agents to us. Buyers ask us about them. And because they deal with the appraisal, I feel like everyone wants our take on it and we're the rolling body. But unfortunately, because it is part of the sales contract, I'm going to put this caveat out there. Whatever we say today, this is our opinion. And what we say doesn't mean crap when it comes to the court of law or to the sales contract. So let's just put that out there. This is simply our opinion only. But an appraisal contingency is an addendum to the sales contract that can protect the buyer if a house does not appraise for the full value. Waiving this contingency has become popular the last couple of years because of the hot market, and it makes offers look prettier to the seller. Of course, from our side of things, we want every contingency to protect the buyer out there, but we're sitting kind of in our ivory tower here, not being in the weeds of negotiating. So, guys, when it gets into an appraisal contingency, just to start off the top, are we all in favor? Best case scenario, we want buyers. We want to see this with sales contracts to come through.
Yeah.
Generally, yes, 100%. I mean, it protects the buyer, and it's not going to have them run into any roadblocks, we'll say.
Right.
Yeah,
now,
the market always changes, so the appraisal can come back at current market. You know, if it's less, it's less. If it's more, it's more. But ultimately, I know everybody's hoping for at least purchase price, because we're lending based on purchase price or appraised value, whichever is less.
right. And the big question that comes back to us is, what is the lender going to do? What's West Penn Financial going to do if that property comes under value? All right. Of course, the buyer has the choice to pick up the difference if they want. If the buyer's putting 20% down and they want to switch to 5% down, of course. I don't think there's anyone on the screen, if the buyer can still qualify, if underwriting's good with everything, that we would not restructure a loan to still make that work. But I don't think it's our due. I don't think we have to do that if it comes under value and we know the buyer has the funds still. The buyer agreed to a contract. That contract has a loan to value on that. My side of it is, if it comes under value, we at West Penn Financial will deny the loan to insufficient collateral if the buyer does not want to move forward with changing the terms. If the buyer wants to change the terms, we would do that. Otherwise, the contract is changed, and the seller can't force that buyer, in my eyes, to continue with that contract. What do you guys say to that?
I hate to throw my voice out there against the law, but I agree with you. I don't know why the appraisal contingency is there if they are getting a mortgage, because I feel they are protected under the mortgage contingency. However, I do feel like under the mortgage contingency, they have to do their due diligence to try to get the deal done and try to make it work another way. So for them to simply say, no, I'm not doing this because it's undervalued and that I wanted to pay this, and if you don't come down, I think there's some gray area. I think that the buyers do need to make an effort to get that home. I mean, too many times I hear, oh my God, we were hoping that came in low. We offered this. Well, if you offer a certain price for a home, you think it's worth it and you're going to buy it for that. So we can't always just bank on the appraisal to figure out where this home value is going to come in, because I had one that I saved. The appraisal came in at 360 and I redid the appraisal, new lender, everything, because the other lender had it at 360 and my guy came in at 395. So these appraisers have a very different opinion of value. That's my thought.
Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100% with both of you. I mean, the appraisal, I mean, everybody's looking for protection, right? And that's kind of one of the ways out, besides the home inspection and the financing, that the buyer can get out. But like Tom said, I mean, in a busy market like this, I mean, it's easy enough to say, hey, let's waive the appraisal contingency to make your offer look stronger. But in the same token, I don't think the buyers really understand what that means 100%. And they're losing one of their contingencies, that if it doesn't come in at value and if they can't afford to adjust their loan amount or what have you, you know, they don't want to pay more than what the current market value is. They want to still be able to, you know, get their hand money back and find something else. But, you know, to Tom's point as well, I mean, yeah, it's becoming common for clients just to be that highest bid, just to win the offer, and hopes and dreams that it's not going to appraise, which is very short-sighted in a sense, because if you were willing to be the best offer at that price point, that's why you won the bid, because you were buying it for that price. So to be upset if the appraisal doesn't come in at value is kind of it's kind of like a wow, like really? Like, then why did you offer that if you didn't think it was worth it, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I was talking to an agent yesterday at Moon, and they had a beautiful listing, 500,000. They had 12 offers on it. One of the offers came in at 585,000, 85,000 over list price with an appraisal contingency. I mean, that offer is not the same. You know what I mean? You do have to compete, but there's no way that home's going to be valued at 585 with an appraisal if the list price is 500. So people are, to your point, Anthony, just trying to win that and then come down lower.
Yeah.
When the appraisal comes in lower.
Yeah, and I think that's the side of it we don't see as buyers. They get in these battles of what do we have to do to win the deal, and then a week later the appraisal comes back and now they got to come up with 20, 30,000 different per se. Well, who really wants to do that? That's a tough pill to swallow. But now they have this hand money at risk if they don't want to do that. So I caution buyers. I know it's a crazy market. Just make sure you have an agent that's explaining these things to you, that you know you're putting in the best offer and you fully understand that offer. And I think we all know plenty of great agents out there that can help buyers if they have any questions.
Yeah.
In all different areas too.
Absolutely. All right, boys. Well, appraisal talk went long today. I think that's good for a Tuesday. Stay warm, stay dry. Anthony, again, I don't want to hear no baloney. You're still on the clock. Friday is coming fast, and I'm worried for you.
I got you.
Okay. Well, I expect big
ready.
things.
I hope he lets the kids stay home from school and they get on.
Like, yeah, these are my daughters. You know? My special guests.
Things you have to do to stay unsuspended from AM chatter. Mental health day. That's what I used to get. My mom used to call them mental health days. You know, every so often you needed to get some load management and regroup from that school.
Hey, we got Mike in the chat yelling, "Go Celtics!"
That stinks. That stinks.
Yeah, Boston will win nothing.
Boston will never win nothing.
That guy's a Lakers fan anyhow. So, all right, guys. See you Friday. Have a good one.
See you guys.
Bye.